Welcome to Factorio Space Age. This is episode 3 of what might be the only pre-release Deathworld marathon run. In a couple of days when Factorio Space Age hits general release, there will no doubt be more Deathworld marathons. But for now, this is what we've got. And we've got like a little base. We've upgraded some of these lanes of processing. It's pretty spaghetti. We've got some red science and some green science and some military science. We've got a couple of labs, which is nice. It's surprisingly peaceful for a Deathworld marathon. Oh, we've got an expansion, and we've actually got to move quickly because I've just noticed those guys coming in. That was a super interesting point to be realizing that these guys were here, and that spitters have turned up. So that's a super interesting realization. Yeah, that was a dramatic start to the episode that I didn't expect. I was expecting to talk about how it was peaceful, and then it really wasn't, so that's cool. So we've picked up an expansion. I don't think I've seen other expansions yet. I think that was a thing that from Deathworld Marathon experience I was expecting to happen and kind of didn't. But I think one of the reasons it's peaceful is, like, there used to be a whole lot of bases over here and also some over here, and we've killed a number of them. We got attacked, we lost some belt and some power poles, and then we destroyed their homes, and we've killed like 50 nests so far. So also interesting to note that spitters are here, because that's also not a thing that I had realized we were up to yet, but that's fine. Let's go and make some friends. And then we'll come back and build some petrochem, because we've also got, yeah, you can see it on the top right of the minimap just as it disappears. We do have some oil collection now. So that's very exciting. All these guys can we, oh no, wait. Yeah, we were going to talk about things that were different in Space Age as well, weren't we? And then we discovered that we had some extra combat to do. Yeah, sure, it's fine. This is what Deathworlds usually look like. Okay, we shot the rock with the shotgun, never mind. It's fine. So spitters are here, this expansion is no longer here. This expansion, maybe these mechanics have changed, but this expansion got itself to 5 nests pretty quickly. We've either ignored it a lot. They used to take longer and would be at like 1 nest for a little bit and then slowly grow. But that's the thing we're going to have to worry about. Yeah, somewhere over, let's look at the map before we pull this in. Yeah, we've got this little outpost over here, which is doing some oil pump jack stuff. Yeah, let's talk about, we're not going to have a lot of spoilers that we haven't seen, but we are naturally as... Wait, we can mine things from remote view? And it turns it into a deletion planner. Yeah, we are discovering new Space Age features that we like quite a lot. And that was one that I stumbled into now because I almost accidentally mined a storage tank. Yeah, the fluid system has changed a lot. We've got indications of where underground pipes connect, which is super nice. We've got the oil. Yeah, it turns out that from the map view, or as it's now called, the remote view, sure, you can just mine things as you would if you were next to them, and they get a deletion planner thing, and then you can control Z that, and you undo the deconstruction of the pipe to ground, and everything works again. So that's super cool. That's a thing we like a lot. Can we go back to hotbar 1, because this has got all the building stuff. We have our tanks of stuff over here, and I would really like to have the copper somewhere else. I did have a hotbar with a pile of, yeah, with a pile of pump and fluid stuff on it. Oh wait, we also don't have the refineries or anything yet, do we? We can make 10 chem plants, which we probably need. Let's go back to the mall and get more pipe. And then for refineries, we could mall. Get this stuff out of my inventory. For refineries, we could mall, except we're also not going to. Give me pipe, give me gears, these things I will need. Oh yeah, here's a box of chips, of which we have several. Give me some of the steel. Yeah, can we have a filter inserter? We cannot have a filter inserter. Interesting. In that case, you guys just don't do anything. I picked up some coal that I probably don't want. I remember saying that this science was larger than we wanted, but we're also still just pushing through important red and green things. So maybe in the short term, we do in fact have this belt that can go... we would have to move several of these poles if we were going to push it through this line, wouldn't we? Here. Which will allow us to automate the copper and bullets onto this here belt, and we can still do this differently when we get around to it, but hopefully now we have built up some amount of stone that will let us make, I don't know, 10 refineries? Is that what we want? Let's make all 16 of these. We're going to use them sooner or later. Let's put these guys back so we can continue making wall that we don't necessarily need. Probably will need it. And then let's get... Okay, we've only got a couple of underground pipe with us, so maybe we should also extend the iron mining, because it doesn't look like all of this is being fully used, but whatever. Yeah, let's go and set up some petrochem, because we've got some of it. Where are we? I guess we're scrolling it through here, because I kind of want... What is this, 12? I would eventually like more power grid here, and then, yeah, the other things that have changed in the space age is that some of the hotkeys, including mirroring and rotating buildings, are different. And I have not yet figured out either how to do circuit wire, which is not a huge deal, but also I have not figured out how to mirror blueprints yet. But that's also a thing I could look up, no big deal, not concerned. We're going to line this up like so, with more offshore pumps, because I like having too many offshore pumps. I think that's a good thing that makes things more reliable, is just having too many offshore pumps. And we've got a lot more power grid that we can eventually use that we don't necessarily... Oh, we're actually kind of close to needing this. By the time we turn these refineries on, we will need the rest of this. But mostly this was to have another belt in here that could maybe be solid fuel, maybe be more coal, but also wanted to get that in so that we could figure out where this oil pipe is going to go. And it looks like this line is a thing that we can do. Yeah, other nice... I wonder if I can demonstrate this over here. Other nice Space Age 2.0 features are a smart belting version of the underground pipes that don't just put them at maximum range. They will actually choose smaller ranges that will give you valid connections in the same way that smart belting power poles and belts will do. So that's a thing I'm enjoying quite a lot. Yeah, there's a better markup on the fluid system. We knew the fluid system changed. I'm also not super clear on how the fluid system has changed, but also I think one of the themes is you don't actually need to worry about it unless you were pushing up against some of the limits of what the fluid system could already do, and in that case you're just pushing up against different boundaries. Like when you're just wandering around with 400% crude oil, just like put a pump somewhere to make sure it gets back to the base, and have some tanks somewhere to collect it. And you know, you don't really need to worry about exactly how the mechanics have changed. Things work. Other things that I like a lot, there are now a lot more obvious notifications that a particular mining drill has run out. It's no longer just the little red dot in the corner as opposed to the green one. It's like these things are blinking, and then on the map view we can deconstruct them, which is nice, which I've just realized, and isn't it going to make a huge difference. Do I have more of these? I do have more of these guys, which is important, because these offshore pumps we are reserving for, you know, conceptually reserving for that power grid, and then we're going to have some more offshore pumps, because I'm imagining that we need some water for... Where are we going to put this one? We're going to put this one here. I mean, this is less about setting up for advanced petrochem and more about getting sulfur, because we are still on a death world, even if it's mysteriously peaceful. Maybe this is also just a thing that Space Age has done to smooth out the Death World experience, because the initial stages of a Death World were always pretty inaccessible. maybe they're better now? Okay, mostly I wanted it for sulfur, because the thing that I want is, yes, we're going to go into prod mods because prod mods are just great, but I think we want sulfur into explosives, into landmines, all said kind of with question marks, because I didn't know if any of these were actually depending on techs we don't have yet. But yeah, other fantastic space age new quality of life features is we can shuffle things backwards and forwards through the tech queue without having to cancel and reselect a whole pile of stuff. And then I reckon we do quality modules, just because I want a new thing. Like everything else is this the same as it used to be? Probably. Is this the same as it used to be? Looks close enough. Cryogenic plant, we're not going to worry about that yet. Is this mostly the same? Yeah. And then a new space age feature, which we will hopefully get around to playing with. Oh yeah, I needed more power grid as well, didn't I? Do I have... I'm not going to craft the boilers yet because we kind of want to set other stuff up. And then other things we realized were different in the space age is when you have a building, you get told in particular which tiles are blocking the building, which is not so big a deal in Factorio, but this is kind of a huge mod thing. Actually, it's kind of a big deal for trees, because Factorio is pretty good at having its art tell you which squares are being occupied, but some mods are not always like that. But the other thing being, you can, another thing being, you can select recipes on ghosts, and if we have several, you can like right click settings off ghosts as well, so that's pretty exciting. I think we're going to just set up a thing that looks like we're going to be doing advanced cracking with it later, and presuming that's mostly fine. Most of the time we are, for this run, just kind of presuming that the things we know about regular Factorio will continue to apply. Yeah, let's get the rest of these refineries in. Let's have a couple more of these things in around the place. How many do we... Oh, we probably can't have that many because we don't have... I don't think we have the oil richness for this many refineries yet, so it might not even matter. Yeah, and then we've got to get this petrochem running. Do we actually want landmines? Do I want landmines before the red circuits? Maybe, because we've got the water here now. We could be doing the sulfur immediately. And then the other thing is, we also still need to get more iron, of which we're going to have to move some of these guys around, and then more copper, which we have that is accessible and is fine, but we've got to mine all of that. We've got to put some smelting somewhere. I don't know where that's going to go. We have to do all of that stuff before we are in a position to build these kind of normal looking red circuits. So maybe we do all of that. Maybe we pivot to landmines first. Like the other thing I'm thinking of, I think we go over here and we take this iron, and I think we go over here and we take this copper. And we belt both of these back, and we can even... We've got other copper here. We can smelt it here for a new base kind of starting over here, which maybe we put some more stuff in as well. I'm just wondering where we get iron from. Maybe it's this iron? Do we need to... I don't even think we need to worry about pushing those bases yet, because yes, we're going to annoy them when we start mining coal, but I think we just build defenses normally, and then should we also... Yeah, we probably should defend this bottom side as well, shouldn't we? I think we're going to skip defending the... Is that true? I want at least one radar. And then we've got enough refineries. We don't have the oil. Mostly I wanted this radar... what are we doing? Get out of the car. There we go. Failed to get out of the car for some reason. Not entirely sure how. Yeah, we want a radar over here. We want some kind of gun coverage over here. Repair packs. We're just going to make sure these guns are tight. Is this... Yeah, I think this is actually more guns than I want to leave here. I'm not expecting that much of a threat. Other super nice things about Space Age that are different is... Okay, let's do that more slowly so we can see it. I've got a lot of... Actually, let's do this with more bullets so it'll be more clear. I've got a lot of bullets and... Oh no, bullets only stack to 100. That's why it's different. I thought there was some new magic about guessing how many... Yeah, guessing whether or not you'd right-clicked or left-clicked to select a thing. And it's actually not that. The change is there are just fewer bullets in... There are just fewer bullets in a stack now. Oh, well. I would also like... Where can we do this? I think we can do this over here. I would like... Oh, and actually, there's also different colored UI to tell you whether or not pipes are at maximum extension or not. That's another thing that's just super cool. Let's just make a bunch of gas. Just make a bunch of gas, put it in those tanks. We're probably not concerned about how much we're getting out because these tanks are also not full. But yeah, put that gas in a thing, and yeah, we're gonna go and mine this stuff. That's going to look largely the same. Can we get... The answer is yes, because it's not that far at all. This was not going to be a long-term thing, and it's still not a long-term thing, but we're just going to smash this in here. Get the military science into the labs, because we have fully automated it now. We need more iron. Give me gun turrets and bullets. Give me belt. Give me mining drills. I'm going to need... Yeah, if we're doing this... I think... This... Oh no, wait, we can do it here. I had a moment of... I would like more furnaces, because I would like there to be somewhere that's putting stone in a box. So we are going to spaghetti this through here. We are, yeah, going to change our mind about how those go, so that we can have... Let's do it like this. We can still take coal from the same place. We can power all of these dudes. So ghosts used to be... Like, there's now blue ghosts, which is nice for being obvious, except for maybe the fast inserter case. The fast inserters look like they are maybe more confusable with ghosts. I mean, they're still pretty clear. And then how much of this stuff do we... Wait, why did we want this? Oh, we wanted this because we wanted more furnaces. We were going to set up more smelting. We actually need... We need more iron from this setup as well. So yeah, I've got... I'm only carrying a biosteel. I've got a large variety of things to do that I think for the most part, because we're not really polluting anything yet, are going to look pretty sensible and normal. And so we might just skip ahead in time and do these things. Is that... There's not copper on the ground? Okay, whatever. Yeah, and just sort of do some pretty normal looking expansion. These guys that have run out we can grab. Yeah, we're going to extend some of this mining. We're going to assert our dominion over some of this coal that we want. Does that make 30? Yeah, that's going to be a full belt, whatever. I don't think we need that much, but it'll be good to be able to have that later. And then just say hello to these biters in the trees. We're also going to assert our dominion over... Maybe I should have mining drills on the hotbar. This copper down here as well, because that's a thing that we're going to want more of later. I'm not really playing this like a Deathworld marathon. Oh, we need to expand the power grid. We were crafting stuff for that. Yeah, like, we wouldn't usually be expanding this aggressively, except that we seem to be able to get away with it, so we will. So this is the belt of copper we're bringing in, and we're being pretty disrespectful with the space for a Deathworld, but I think we're just going to drop in... more smelting just like here, because why not? I did notice a thing. I remember saying that I forgot it, or at least lost track of where the where the mirror and flip blueprint items are, but it turns out I discovered that if I was holding in my hand an item, I can't get in my car, because my car is... Getting in and out of vehicles for me is hotkey V, but then I noticed while I was trying to do this with an item in my hand and failing, that the V is now vertical flip for blueprints. So maybe H is... H I've got to shoot selected, so... Does this... Yes. So I figured out what those keys are, whatever, we're going to deal with that later. Yeah, so we've got this other little copper patch here as well. We're turning this into another belt of copper that we're going to use for, I guess, blue science and advanced circuits and things like that. We're also kind of running out of inserters. And also, we are pushing through the tech for the cool tools we needed that we didn't think we would have yet. And I'm kind of happy building another base somewhere else, which I guess we can eventually turn into train stations. There's a lot of train station space over here. But there's a couple of things that are combining in my brain. First of all, we want more iron, but I don't know if we necessarily want more iron from here because that's running out anyway. Yeah, look at this weird shape of just patches we're running down. There's more iron over here, which maybe we get. There's some of these places, maybe there's iron we get, but we're also super close to reaching landmines, and this is not really in a state where we can do a whole lot with it yet. So, given that we have the coal back here, and we have outposted coal into the power plant, which is super nice, and we have water over here somewhere else as well. Let's just presume that these patterns are still going to be the same, because why not? We'll just goes to all the water. Actually, I probably want... I don't know how far this is extending, and so I would kind of rather not have... What's it? Tree in the way? I would rather not have all of... yeah, a weird extra water supply out of that thing. Let's get some of these trees out of the way. It's now, yeah, throw with the other hand, fine. And then, yeah, let's see if we can use the smart piping through the trees. Yeah, so that was where the smart piping found a gap, and that's also where the smart piping found a gap, so that's super cool. We put these here not too long ago. We're going to move them again. They've not done anything. But we want the water over here so that we can, and also, oh, we've got plastic as well. Okay, so let's throw some plastic here. Why not? I see no downsides. We can have long-handed inserters for which we're going to need some kind of power through here, but I think we still... in doing this, we still have space to get... Okay, those two being on the same line is actually pretty bad, never mind. Yeah, I guess we're just going to move everything later. Oh, I don't have a splitter. Okay, fine. I mean, we wouldn't be doing anything with the plastic yet, but I think we're going to put the coal there, get a splitter later. All of this... I've got long-handed inserters. Maybe we just go... double long-handed inserter like we were doing in the marathon speedrun stuff. Oh well, mostly I wanted, because we've got everything, I mean, other than the fact that the coal is not coming on this belt, we've nearly got everything we need for, let's do double sulfur, because we're going to need this as well. Can we research technology using military science packs? That's exciting. We've got the military science online. Okay, so we can in fact flip blueprints, but because I've still got that key set to shoot a gun at the same time, it's kind of awkward. But never mind. We can pull this water through like so, and then with water here, we've got this nice little sulfur set up. And then I guess we can have another splitter somewhere to do that. And then, yeah, I need more inserters. But basically we're going to have coal here. We need to get water through here as well somehow. So let's do this. And actually I would very much rather have the belt go the other way, so that the sulfur, when it comes... Yeah, so that we can then... I guess this one is going to be long-headed inserters. Because we're going to have the explosives here, for which we will have... not that. The water like so. Water is nice. We can put the sulfur on this belt, and then this will filter... Yeah, I don't like how that's happening. If we do... Because we want to end up with the sulfur on the inside. So if we do this. Now, once we get around to actually connecting all this stuff up, here, yeah, we will have a belt of sulfur and explosives. So I guess we just go back to the mall, get the splitters, connect these things, get some explosives, get more steel. I've been turning it into furnaces for that other extension. We're going to need it for landmines as well, because we can actually do that now. Yeah. Splitters enabled. We now have the coal coming through here. We've forgot to craft the fast inserters that we wanted. So let's just cancel all that stuff and craft some fast inserters instead. We're kind of short on belt, but whatever. And now, 2 fast inserters per sulfur chem plant. That doesn't connect. Okay, if we put this one over here, yeah, all of that's pretty bad, whatever. That's the wrong way around. We did that super badly. We don't need any more coal over there. We need the sulfur over there, which means like so. It's fine. We fixed it. We've got double explosives coming out, or we also don't have any regular inserters, so let's do that. Also only got one assembler with us. I think we're just going to put some of the stuff in boxes and then continue to put this in an assembler which wants to be making landmines. And I'm pretty sure I don't have any chips with me. I think we are going to want, yeah, let's limit these to some number of stacks, and then I can just create some landmines, which is fine. And then I'm pretty sure that the landmines are a kind of slow recipe. 2 explosives, 5 seconds, whereas explosives is 2 explosives, 4 seconds. So it's actually close to 1-to-1. In that case, we're going to put one of these assemblers here, and this wobbly ghost assembler we're going to downgrade. Sucks to be that dude, never mind. Put the explosives in the landmines assembler, and we will soon have landmines. So I'm coming to the conclusion, like, I'm pretty sure this is an expansion that maybe we just go and kill, but also with our radars having scanned out a bunch of this stuff, and us wondering where we're going to get this iron from, and looking at this iron, because it was kind of the one that was, I guess there's this super safe iron that we were with, like, much earlier, but if we were to kill these 4 nests, maybe these ones can stay for a moment, but if we get rid of these 4, then this is a huge amount of space that we can just have. There's more copper here that we don't really need. Was there some coal over here as well? There's some coal over here. We would have all 3 of the resources, all 4 of the resources that we don't really need any more of, to be honest. Finding more oil. That's the oil problem solved as well, and then maybe we can, like, these little places over here would be great to wall off in the middle of the Deathworld. But I think the first thing we're going to do, especially as I also noticed that we have about 24 minutes left before this fish gets old. So let's go and see whether or not, and we've also only got 3 shotgun shells. Maybe that's not a problem, because I think we're going to be doing this stuff with landmines, and let's go and see if landmines are as strong in Space Age as they were previously. Looks like they're still pretty good. Looks like landmines might still be pretty effective. Sucks to be that guy. Yeah, we've taken out that little expansion, which is cool, because we also had not really defended this side of the base at all, in fact. Oh yeah, remember when we pulled up those, when we put some gun turrets down here and said, hey, we should defend this stuff, and then put in even more valuable stuff, which we are not defending at all, so maybe we should do something about that, or we could just go kill everybody. Let's have some gun turrets. Let's throw a grenade. That still works. These things getting destroyed are in fact the landmines. I was worried I was getting attacked at the same time, but of course that isn't a thing. Let's remember to eat fish. Yeah, maybe we could be doing this a little more competently, but also whatever. So landmines still seem pretty strong. We can move some of these gun turrets up. Landmines are also still going to be a thing. Our landmines are also still grabbing all the aggression. And then we can also still just do turrets to finish these nests off. Isn't there something... I'm pretty sure there's something in Space Age about these guys getting more health as evolution increases. Okay, so the biter, that's why landmines are not quite doing everything they used to. Because these nests are up to 800 hit points. Because we are giving away evolution. Things that also I'm happy with and completely fine. It's going to be still easier to push all of these nests now. Did we leave any landmines around the place? We left a landmine over here. Let's get that back. We still got 100 landmines. It's fine. Is red ammo still good? Let's remember which key the grenades are on now. That guy got disillusioned. It's fine. I don't want to be standing there. I want some of this ammo back. And then landmines. This guy's shooting at my turrets, and they should not. All these guys can also go away. Things are fine. Probably these are... Oh, Belt's getting destroyed. I wonder why Belt's getting destroyed. That's a thing we should go and address. Yeah, we're not expecting beeping at this point. I wonder where that is. It doesn't sound like it's a lot of beeping. Oh, it's exactly in the place where we said, hey, remember where we should defend. And the biters have again been actually pretty generous and continuing to attack a belt and things we don't really care about, when they could really have been attacking the chem plants or the boxes of landmines or the refineries or the things that would be more of an issue. Actually, I suspect maybe they're from this base. Maybe they're from the bases we just destroyed, because this is not a very heavy attack at all. This is like a biter. Because this giant forest that we're wandering around is just doing a great deal of defensive work. Congratulations you, your prize is shotgun to the face. Are we going to leave some? Yeah, we're actually going to leave some turrets here, aren't we? But where? Car's in the way. I can't get in the car because I've got the same hotkey for mirroring as getting in the car. That's a thing we might address in between episodes. Put some bullets in these turrets. Let's have some turrets. Let's throw some grenades over here so that we can have some turrets in here as well. Not super concerned. As we saw, these attacks were not very heavy. Do I have any steel? I don't have any steel. Give me the landmine. We've only got 8 fish left. In a sense, we are doing a good job of using up the old sushi that we don't want to see again. Yeah, the old sushi is nutritious not because it's the best sushi, just because it's about to go off. It's the ugly discount sushi. And it's, yeah, we're going to milk it for all the nutrition that we could have. Oh, we actually ran out of bullets shooting that thing. Yeah, these guys, look at these guys. Look at how clever they are. They've got all the worms in the back. They're going to be kind of difficult for us to access. We've got to push all through these nests first. What a clever defensive job they did. Give them some prizes. Prizes of the form of landmines. Yeah, now we've killed so many dudes that we've got to move these turrets up. Let's get those turrets on the way back. We are kind of in a hurry. Are we in a hurry? We're not really in a hurry. Stuff over there. Have a fish. Give some prizes. Continue eating fish. Yeah, those guys can work on those things. It's fine. Yeah, we're good. Are we good? We did not get that last worm. This last worm can have a special collection of prizes all to itself. Congratulations, you are the last worm. So I'm claiming this iron as well. We haven't dragged power back. We will in a bit. Quality module is about to pop, which is a bit weird because I wasn't expecting to... I mean, I guess we have done a bunch of security work, and that's important for Deathworld marathons, and just Deathworlds generally. Yeah, but I'm not sure really what... I think I still want to get some blue science stuff done before really getting into the quality module stuff. But also it means we will have fancy new things to play with. Do I have... Yeah, I have radars. I definitely have radars. Let's leave a pair of radars down here because this is also the most in this direction we'll have radars yet, and being able to scan out the rest of this stuff will be nice. And then we also definitely want to leave some turrets down here. let's do this thing where we have a whole lot of turrets and then some spread out turrets, because we are dealing with spitters, and this is a way I like of... Okay, running out of turrets. I don't know if we're going to have enough bullets for this then. Yeah, tech. What are we going to do with the tech? Let's get the blue science because we're talking about that. Let's get solar energy because maybe we can do the whole skip solar energy, get the achievement thing. I don't know. We're still taking this Deathworld marathon not particularly seriously, as it turns out. Let's get concrete. We unlock iron sticks from concrete. That's super interesting. Wait, didn't we already get railroad? If we already got railroad, did we get railroad? Elevated rail? Where is railroad? Engines? We have not got railway yet. Okay, rail is still made out of iron sticks, and it also unlocks the iron stick recipe. Okay, that's fine. Railway we want to do at some point as well. I think we want to get concrete because we're not taking this super seriously, but also it is still... It's not a speed run. We're planning on being here for a while, but we are just like putting furnaces in dirt, and I think some paths around the place would be good. And maybe we put some... yeah, this alert is one of these gun turrets running out of ammo, which means that these guys are attacking us. That's fine. That's what we expected. We have built much more of the power grid. That's fine. Yeah. What was I talking about? I think we're going to want to get concrete to build some paths out of concrete. We could do stone paths. I'd rather just skip stone paths and go straight to that. And then I guess mining productivity is going to be the other super important, super helpful thing. We're nearly done with the blue science already. Yeah, let's get the rest of this fortified, drag some power here, turn it on, run the belts over. I think, yeah, because we're going to be belting this. I think we're just going to belt it all the way over here and have a belt that we can pull up once we get rail. But, you know, belt bases are the way for the moment. Things will be fine. So the thing I'm concluding is I actually want 2 lines of copper and then at least 2 lines of iron here, and then probably also steel. So we're going to have to belt more stuff over. Let's actually bring this out a little further so we can fit more through. Because I think as well as blue science here, we are going to want some more. Because one of the issues I'm facing as I'm building this is our little mall at the moment has an inserter shortage because we've got one inserter assembler and it's also trying to do with green science. We've got no fast inserters, we've got mining drills but no assembler automation. We don't have fast inserters, we don't have splitters, we've just got one thing making belts. So I think over here where we're building this blue science thing, or at least this thing that is going to make blue science, we are definitely also going to need a bunch of new maul, because we are also kind of running out of belts. And at the same time, I also don't have all of the stone furnaces we need. We've got another 22 stone furnaces for, you know, more than that. So I think we're going to be doing a mix of steel and stone furnaces, not because it's good, but because that's what we have, which also still feels a little disrespectful to the Deathworld, but never mind. But then also the other thing that I realized is technology-wise, we do want these things, we do want the concrete, we do want the mining productivity, but we're actually going to go and do bullet damage 3 for 1,200, and then bullet damage 4 for 1,600, totaling around 3,000 science, for a couple of reasons. Number one, and the biggest reason, is I didn't actually limit this chest, so that's the thing I realized while I was in the mall. Let's just drag that down to a more reasonable 600 limit on the military science and do that. So now the military science will back up, which also means we'll end up with more steel. We've kind of got some number of bullets, but that will back up as well. We'll do a better job of using the larger number of labs we had with this slower tech. Wait, is this even a 60-second tech? Both of these are 60-second techs. Okay, so yeah, we could even have more labs, but we won't. We're just going to run things slowly because we haven't built Blue Science yet. We haven't figured out what we're doing with quality. We would not be in a position to, yeah, running out of belt. We're going to need to get this mall thing online. Yeah, we would not be in a position to do anything with these quality modules or, you know, build any of the Blue Science that we have now unlocked. I'm just also kind of checking that these recipes are the same. Quality modules are made the same way as other modules. Okay, fine. Yeah, we've got some stuff here to build. I need to go back and get some other things. I think I left a car somewhere as well. Yeah, there's a car down here. I think this also means if we're putting steel here, and we're putting steel here, something like input, and then maybe only half a belt of steel? Maybe only half a belt of ore into steel? Maybe? I mean, we're going to need to run a third belt of this ore from this other patch anyway, which there's definitely space on this patch, and there's a car over here, and probably good ideas because we are running down these miners anyway, so we need to move those around as well. Yeah, it's going to put more mining on this patch, which, you know, I'm sure everyone will be fine with that. Receptive to our gifts. So we're dragging this belt back this far. We ran out of belt, which is super cool and not really unexpected because we were complaining about the mall having shortages of things. We've got a whole lot of stuff in these furnaces, which we're gonna handcraft some belt with. Is that a thing we're doing? Can we also kick off some amount of the steel? Do we... Yeah, we do want steel, don't we? Because we've got to somehow build the assembler 2s we need to... Yeah, we've got to make all the steel we need to get the assembler 2s to do the Blue Science that we wanted to do. Maybe not all of those. Okay, if we do only some of those, we will be confused about which ones we have rotated and it will go badly. So we're still going to make sure that we get some amount of steel in here. We can go here. This is all going to be kind of slow and not really turn on yet, and we won't be worried about it because we still need to add more miners to the patch as well, because currently we have recovered the car and then got 66 miners, which even with the mining productivity we don't have yet is... Do we have? We don't. Do we have these? Yes. Is not enough to give us 3 belts worth of stuff. But we also want a little mall in here, which we hopefully can have. But we also want to maul some pretty normal stuff, so maybe do that without too many gaps. If we go gears into belt... is this... I think because we have unlocked quality, there's an extra step of confirming things that I wasn't necessarily expecting, but it's fine. Like, that's the sort of thing that trips you out the first time and you go, what was I doing? I thought I had muscle memory to do this, and the answer is things are different now because space age. Actually, this one kind of wants to move, but in ways that's also fine. So we've got some chip automation here now, which is nice. I've still got... I actually want a whole pile of gear wheels, don't I? Do I want gear wheels just in a box? Let's put gear wheels in a box as well. That's not what we were expecting to do, but is going to be fine, because, yeah, we are handcrafting these things that we are creating this mall to do for us. So let's not have too many gear wheels. We don't need too many gear wheels. Let's have a pile of belt, because we're going to need a pile of belt. And then let's use this iron. And because this is the mall and this is what we're doing with it, we're not even going to worry about how compressed this is. This is what this is going to do. This is what we want it to do. This is why we are here. And also we're working towards Blue Science and bots, so we can... going to run out of belt here, maybe. And we can just reorganize all of this when we get the bots. And we've also got a pile of upgrades that we need to do here anyway. But, you know, we've got the belt that we want. We've got... These each use 20% of a belt of iron, don't they? Maybe we should take it off the other side. Maybe we should have one being more belt and one being green chips belt. Because the thing I want to do is have a lot of green chips. Maybe not there. Maybe here. Could we have set these... Whatever, we're going to roll with it. It's going to be fine. Green chips. We want some green chips. Partly because we're doing a bunch of mall things, and partly because we are doing a bunch of... Yeah, we want to have a splitter up here as well. Partly because we're doing a bunch of mall stuff, partly because we're doing a bunch of blue science stuff, and we're just going to rely on getting enough of each of them, and then, to be honest, did I make assembler ones? I didn't make many assembler ones. I'm happy doing this with assembler ones, because I don't think we're going to have the materials being mined yet anyway. Like enough, we don't have enough of the materials being mined. So even if, oh, actually these green chips should be assembler ones, because ratios. And then we're going to need to get more. Yeah, we're going to have a belt out for green chips, and then because this is a mall belt, like that's what we're doing with this belt of gears, I think we can just make this nasty. Good job not leaving much space. And then roll this in here. Is that going to be... Maybe it's going to work, maybe not. Because we can also just have other things that need more iron over here as well. For example, we probably should be making bullets because Deathworld. I think we're already making... We're making red bullets, aren't we? Do we need yellow bullets? Let's keep making yellow bullets. Maybe they're good for defenses. I mean, we are doing levels of damage. Maybe these things are still relevant even while we get medium biters. Boxes. We should probably have some boxes. Boxes will be a good thing to automate, isn't it? Iron boxes. Make me some iron boxes. Okay, we'll put the inserter over here. Things that are generally helpful. Do we want... I mean, the other thing that I'm realizing that I just said I wanted is we want blue science here as well. Which means... yeah, we can just handcraft these. We don't want to be handcrafting these, but I guess that's what we're doing. Somewhere... In addition to, yeah, let's get these green chips running. This is this a lot of green chips? Is this too many green chips? It's not too many green chips. I reckon we can go to, I mean, we could probably go to 8, but we also just don't have the material to go to 8, but whatever. We want to somehow be getting pipes and gears for engines out of that as well, which is also the other reason why we wanted the steel there. And then we've got to have, yeah, we've got to upgrade. What are we doing? Okay, so we're going to have actually no green chips yet because we need to give these guys the rest of their inserters. Can we have, yeah, handcrafting this stuff. And then we also need... not the inserters that way, we need these inserters, and we need to give everything power, and we are going to be putting more green chips here as well. Like this is definitely more green chips than we need for the mall, but also now we have, oh, you know what we should be putting, if we're doing mall things, then we maybe also have belt here. Yeah, maybe we could have the belt down here. We've got to figure out a place for where the engines can go. All of this stuff is in the way. Oh, I should put some of these fish back in the lake before they go nasty, but we have... How long? Where are the fish? We have another 2 hours to remember to put those back in the lake, and then the other fish that we had just went nasty in our pocket and turned into spoilage, just generic spoilage that's also a fuel. Okay, we are going to, because it sounds like fun, take the spoilage, and we're going to have some nasty fish-powered iron for a little bit, which is fine. We also have the belt of... So, I mean, if I am saying we're getting train stations in here, how much space do we leave for this plastic? I think what we've got to do is consider having... we're going to fire a shotgun in some direction because those keys are still bound to the same thing. We're going to have some more steel here so we can have a full belt of steel. We're going to also think about having another belt of iron here, which means that... Yeah, because we're doing both mall things and... Yeah, we're doing mall things and also blue science things for which we need pipes and gears and stuff. So we've got, yeah, some amount of stuff, it's fine. Room for a whole belt of steel, room for another belt. We've got this belt of sulfur and plastic. We're kicking through the damage text. We still aren't seeing any... Oh no, we're seeing a pile of expansions, but they're just not... We are, yeah, still a little bit safe. This oil ends up 16,000%, yeah. And then all of this stuff can be replaced by train stations later. Do I want to sketch out the build of how I want this to work and then build it? Because once we get that done, it's going to be largely the same. Like, we're going to have... Reverse both of these, we can have steel coming out of here, and that's going to be on both sides. So let's not put steel on both sides, because we would rather have steel on only one side. Mall thing, let's get... Do we have... Yeah, we have the silly assemblers. We're going to go normal inserters. We are going to go... Yeah, because I'm used to doing this with one click, and now... There is a optional second click as well, except we've also done that a little bit wrong because it wants to be offset like here. Maybe these get upgraded, maybe they don't. Give me more, yeah, we've got to do... some handcrafting to be able to get all of the things we want, and then we're going to have a silly little mall over here. It's going to be fine. We're going to have 4 stacks of each kind of inserter. Sure. Did I limit the box of boxes? I did not. We've got all the boxes we need. I guess we'd need them for train stations anyway. These green chips, yeah, we've got... Where are we doing the engines? I guess we can also... I guess this stuff here... Maybe these do also export. I think it's probably fine. I think we've got to figure out how to use some of these gears for the engines as well. But overall, maybe we just run this the other way. Okay, let's not worry about that yet. Let's just use the tier 1 assemblers because that's what we have. Let's go... Maybe in that case we want... Yeah, changing my mind about this. We want another... Okay, it's got to go one more. Spaghetti is fine. We want another assembler on gears here that is also going to put stuff on the same belt. Which is fine. We can actually, yeah, do these differently. Whatever. So we've got all the gears going around there, and then here we can have a thing making pipes. Which is the only other thing that needs to go on the steel belt if we're doing engines, isn't it? Underground pipe, I guess we can... Underground belt and splitters, I guess we can do down here in a very similar way to this layout. I'm convincing myself that I don't really care about that box of belt, because we're going to want belt in a mall anyway, and I think we're just doing something like this. I think we have to upgrade all these inserters later, but I'm also talking myself into not really minding how that works out. And then I guess there's a little bit of a gap here, in that we are going to insist that there is a gap here. Yeah, a splitter to take some of the gears in this direction, with which we are also going to... I mean, four assemblers on pipe is going to be enough, isn't it? I was wondering about putting a splitter here and starting engines from here. I think we're still going to do that anyway. We are not necessarily adverse to mess at this point. We can jam that all the way up there, which is fine. Could we go further? We could go further. We can't go here because we're not putting pipes on the belt there, but we could go, you know, this far, and then we can have... Yeah, we need to automate engines again. Automate engines again? We need to automate assemblers again. That's another place. Because we have a place where we could be doing engines. If we had... Maybe we should... I mean, you know what we should really do? What else are we putting on this belt? Are we putting anything else on this belt? I really don't think we are. Which means that this just turns. We just turn them all. It's fine. There are no downsides. And then we can have in here some assemblers that are... Okay, if we could have assemblers. Please, may we have assemblers. Okay, we're getting attacked in a spot that we didn't actually defend, but we're not necessarily surprised about, and there's not even a big deal. What are you guys doing? Do I have some other ammo? Does that mean we have to destroy someone's home? I don't think it does. I don't even think we care. It's just these guys. Oh, these guys... Hey, remember when I said we defended these guys, but they might swing in through here? That's exactly what they did. But we've also got some red ammo now. Oh yeah, we wanted to splitter there. Did we? We did not. We wanted to split it here. These belts don't matter. It's fine. We're not even going to give that walls. We're just going to... You know, it's fine. Yeah, because the thing I was talking myself into was picking up some of the stuff to build some assembler ones, so that we could have assemblers here and here to make assemblers and also assembler 2s, because at this point, if we do this, then we've got... Actually, we can do this... Yeah, it's going to be fine. We can take whatever you want from here, take this stuff, output it... Oh yeah, we've got to run it this way as well. Let's not throw grenades around. That is the thing we like to do, but it's the thing we'd prefer not to do. This is still just a place where we can... Yeah, just automate other things. So now we can have assembler 2 automation. We probably don't want that much of it. We've got... Yeah, we've actually still got a pile of steel that we can be making the assembler 2s with ourselves. Because we've got... And this might be a thing that gets... Yeah, built in between episodes, is because we have pretty much achieved the plan now. We've got a place where we can be making engines. We've got a belt that can be... We've currently got sulfur and plastic on this belt, but that's also a thing that's fine. We can just run it through this way, can't we? We can go... We can do modules first, and we haven't. Oh well. Blue science here. We need to do all these with assembler 2s, but you know, we're kind of still... We're not making them. Why aren't we making them? Because you don't have steel? Should you not have... Oh, you should. I just didn't give you steel. So now you've got steel, so now we're making assembler 2s. This belt over here of plastic and sulfur can get in like so. And then we're also going to be making, you know, like not actually making the blue sides, but the idea was if this belt runs this way, then we can have items in and out, and this is going to be a blue sides pattern that will probably work. Yeah, we just need to put the... That was a weird noise I wasn't expecting. It's probably fine. We need to put the circuits on that, which we've also got the plastic for over here. So we can have a little break in our science just here and say, take the plastic on this side. Yeah, weird noises that are new and I'm just not expecting. It's probably fine. Why are we not... Did we not... Oh, because we set the priority but not the item. And that's the wrong one. We wanted plastic. Yeah, take the plastic off. Run the plastic through here. We're probably approaching episode length, even though we kind of skipped a bunch of stuff. So here is a place where we could be putting plastic, which is also a thing we definitely wanted over by where the circuits are. I'm like, this is a pattern that we can copy. How many times do we want this? That nearly fits, but doesn't quite, in a frustrating way, so I think we're actually going to move that one down. Put this here, put the splitter here. Remember that we wanted to pull the plastic. Because it's the same quality selection thing. That's why it didn't quite... Yeah, there's just an extra step in the buttons that I now have to press in a fine and normal way. We'll get used to it, it's fine. I'm trying to figure out if here will... on the other side. Let me... And it doesn't actually... Yeah, we have to have a 2 belt gap there anyway, regardless of how all of that fits together. So we're going to do it like so. This is fine and normal. We've got plastic arriving. We can have a belt going this way, which is also roughly the direction back into the labs over here. So I guess this other belt of blue science is also going to have the red chips on it, which is also what we want to take back to the base. And it can go this way, and we are converging on, not there as it turns out, but like also not with that. We are converging on a concept of a thing that we are going to finish building between episodes. And then, yeah, do we want, I think we just want to go this way. And that's going to be green science and plastic. And then we've got more copper, which we haven't figured out what to do with yet. But I think we're going to need to support... Yeah, let's build the coils off this other lane of stuff. Should we bump it to the side? No, there's enough space to build something else in there as well. It'll be fine. We're not going to worry about it. Coils, normal quality. This here should be enough for a full belt of coils. And then, yeah, we're going to have a belt of coils out here somewhere. We're going to leave some space and we're going to pretend we're going to insist that that's going to be enough space to get everything done. And now we've got a belt of coils and green chips and everything like that. Which means that, okay, give me the upgraded versions then. Yeah, here we go. The mall is doing things that it needs to. Here we're going to have red chips. And we're going to do a red chips build based on this stuff. Rotate these because, yeah. Do we want more stuff going in? Maybe. Overall, though, I think we're just going to have a belt of stuff falling out here. I didn't deliberately leave this space. If I was being deliberate about how much space we were leaving, then we would probably have more space so it wasn't quite so much of a mess. If you're new to Factorio, then, like, welcome to my channel, and this is not necessarily particularly straightforward because you can't see everything arriving. Maybe we should at least have some of these running. I think I like the idea of some of these running more, even if we are not building the rest of it until later, because we're kind of lazy, but we can at least do a proof of concept thing. Just had a moment of, what if you are not familiar with these being the required ingredients for red chips? Would that be unhelpful? Probably, yeah. So now we've got a belt of red chips. Actually, we do want to go the other way, don't we? Because this blue science build is continuing this way for some number of things. 14. Let's do a little more. It is, of course, a marathon. Let's push it to here. Because why not? Why would we not do that? Get that stuff out the way. So this belt here is where we need to put the red chips. So yeah, we are now making red chips. That's nice. We can have a bunch of stuff to build between episodes, and hopefully the security situation doesn't change, because I would rather not have any kind of interruptions like that while we're building a thing. And then this needs to be on the inside of the belt, and then we will have red chips, we will have sulfur, we will have assemblers over here because we mold them. Oh, didn't I already pick up 1,000 of these things? Yeah, we kind of did. At some point we extended the power grid as well, so that's also super happy. And yeah, we're just going to have all of the blue science we want, maybe asterisk, need more mining, also need modules, also need lab modules, but also not that much of a big deal because expensive recipes are no longer a thing. When we had expensive recipes, we were much more concerned about getting efficiency, well, not efficiency modules. Yeah, we were much more concerned about getting the productivity modules in the labs that we wanted. Yeah, noises we're not necessarily expecting. We're making blue science. That's where we're going to call this episode. I'm going to run around and kind of build the rest of some of this stuff, because it's going to look like this, which if we wanted to see that done well, we would watch a speed run, which this is not. We're just having a bunch of stuff getting built because we can, and then we need to upgrade. Yeah, we need to upgrade some of these things. We need to figure out, is it 30? Is it still 30? Are these still 242 in 6 seconds? Yeah, I think we want a total of 30 of these, which means I think we go to 32 or 34 with 16 on either side, because we're eventually going to productivity module these guys. Are we? That's the normal thing to do. I don't know if that's still what we want to do in Space Age. I think so. Yeah, I could just like continue talking and building this stuff. That's not going to be helpful. Yeah, we had an episode. We are getting attacked in the coal in exactly the position we expected to be. We have upgraded these gun turrets, so they are currently fine. We are seeing expansions in other little places, but like whatever. This space is absorbing quite a lot of pollution, and from the looks of these cliffs, they could actually roll into the side of the mining that we have not defended, so maybe we need to defend that as well. But yeah, we're not even using all of this stuff yet. But then again, we are now turning on, yeah, we've got the little mall which is doing its thing, which is accumulating steel, which I could use for stuff. Except that I also don't need to, because we are spinning up a secondary mall with more stuff. We need more chips here as well. I would like this to be a full belt, but we're going to be limited by the number of... I mean, we can just do, and we probably will just do more of this. Yeah, more building of stuff to do. Deathworld, pretty disrespectful, just building whatever we want, not really worrying about the security aspects yet, just making a bunch of dudes dead instead. It's fine. Normal Deathworld things.